Hi everyone, welcome to or back to my channel. I'm Sylvie. Today we're doing my first Foundation Wars foundation comparison video. The person who I used to watch do these videos all the time was Nikia Joy. If you guys haven't seen her channel, go check it out. She has amazing foundation reviews and comparisons. If you've been watching my channel, you know I did a Haus foundation review and I completely fell in love with this foundation and I named it my new favorite holy grail foundation of all time. For good reason, this foundation took the world by storm, but in the back of my mind, I always thought that this was similar to the Armani Luminous Silk foundation, like very, very close. And it's especially been on my mind because I recently worked a wedding for a bride in a South Asian wedding where I did her makeup for 2 different events. And for the first event, I used the Armani Luminous Silk, and for the final event, I used the Haus foundation. They both obviously looked stunning, but definitely had some differences. And I was just reminded of how much I actually really love the Armani Luminous Silk. I decided I needed to come on here and show you guys a comparison and difference, and also for myself because this will be the first time I'm comparing them side by side. So let's put it to the test together and see which foundation is the winner. For those of you who are new to these foundations, I'm going to do a quick brief on them. And if you guys are already familiar, please just skip on to the next part. I have listed the chapters down below in the description box. The Armani Luminous Silk is a whopping $91 for 30 mils of product, which is the standard amount of product for a foundation. I, however, purchased the mini size, which is an 18 ml bottle, and it's still a really good amount, as you guys can see. The 18 ml bottle costs $61 Canadian. So we're about to see if we really think that this foundation is worth these price tags. This foundation is oil-free with medium buildable coverage, and it's got a luminous natural finish. The Haus foundation is a more reasonable $65 Canadian, also for 30 mils of product. This one is also a medium coverage, clean foundation, and it's said to be weightless. It reduces redness and it has a natural finish. Let's get on to the comparisons, but just want to remind you guys before we get there, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos and more content, and do hit that notification bell so you know when my next videos go up. Let's get to it. I'm going to start off with Armani on this side of the face. I'm going to do 1 pump on the back of my hand, so that's how much it is. I'm going to take a relatively clean brush. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Foundation brush, and I'm just going to saturate the entire brush head and really work it in. So this is in the shade 6, which is sort of like a light medium olive. It's a pretty good coverage. It's medium coverage off the bat. So that 1 pump is covering about half my face here, and I am going in with a generous amount. Blended pretty well with the brush, but I always like to go in with a sponge after. Honestly, the coverage is so perfected. It is completely smooth and blurred. Again, the lights that I have set up are going to reflect more light, but even then it's not overly glowy. It is a little bit luminous, but even in the mirror here, it's like a very natural finish. Just try to give you guys an up close here. Can you see that it's literally no texture or pores or anything? It's just very smooth, angelic skin, and you totally get why makeup artists use this on the red carpet and for bridal and events. It's just beautiful and really special and perfect. I feel like $91 for the full bottle really is a lot. Like paying nearly $100 Canadian for foundation is just excessive to me. That said, it really does live up to the price. Is it $1 worth? I don't know, maybe 80. But I can tell you one thing, this foundation will always be in my collection. I don't think I'm going to build this up to full coverage because this is how I normally wear my foundation, especially for an event. So this is where I'm going to leave it. And on this side, I'm going to go in with the Haus foundation. I've just cleaned off my brush with this Quo brush cleansing spray. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just saturating that brush with the foundation. So this is the shade 260 Light Medium Cool. This is actually a very close shade match to the Armani in shade 6. They're both light medium and in a very olive undertone. Don't let the word cool fool you. They use a very traditional naming system where cool sort of has like all of the undertones, just like the MAC foundation naming system. It's complicated, but trust me, if you're olive undertone and you want the Haus foundation and you're confused, just go look at their cool named undertones. So off the bat, I would say for the same amount, this is definitely slightly more pigmented. Not by too much, but definitely more pigmented. Like I'm getting a bit more coverage on this side. And again, just pressing that all in with a sponge. Initially, when I look at the camera, my eyes drawn to the Haus Lab side. Getting a bit more coverage. It's not the kind of coverage where it's like you can tell it's more coverage and it's heavier, cakey looking. It's not like that at all. The skin looks perfectly natural and healthy and plump on both sides. I truly am impressed by the technology of both of these foundations. Obviously, the Armani one has been out much longer, so that was already impressive for its time, but Haus Labs really killed it. So as similar as these two foundations are, there are very, very minor differences, but there are some differences. Obviously, the coverage, it's not a big difference, but the Armani side is a little bit lighter, and the Haus Lab side gives you a little bit more coverage, but without making it look more makeup-y or heavy. I'm comparing this in the camera and in my mirror in person, so I can see the difference. But getting up close, the Armani side is definitely more natural finish, still luminous, but more natural. And the Haus Lab side, you can see more glow for sure. It has more skincare stuff in it. And finally, this is probably an also really important difference. The Armani, true to its legendary claims, is very, very perfecting of the skin. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but when I look in the mirror, there definitely is a noticeably more blurring effect with the Armani than with the Haus Labs foundation. I still think Haus Labs makes your skin look so perfect and lovely, but the Armani is still really special. It has a microfill technology which just smooths everything out. So just because it's bothering me a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit more coverage to this side so we can see how close we can get it when the coverage is similar. And I have cleaned off my brush. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have the exact same coverage on both sides, and it is absolutely uncanny, at least from the camera, how similar these foundations look. I haven't even done foundation wars before this, but this has got to be the most difficult comparison I've done between two foundations. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I will come back and give you my final thought. Alright, I'm back with the makeup done, and this is what everything's looking like. You honestly can't tell the difference. Both sides look identical now that it's powdered down. For the sake of not altering the finish too much, I only use powder in the T-zone to set down the shiny areas. I didn't use powder on, and I only used powder, bronzer, and blush. I didn't add any more creams in bronzer and blushes. And really the lightest amount of concealer just around the eyes and nose where I needed it. So I'll give you guys a side by side. It's the Armani Haus Labs. So yeah, the Haus Labs is a little bit more glowy, definitely more glowy. And when I look in the mirror, I notice the exact same differences. While they look very perfected and identical, the Armani is still more smooth. And from experience wearing them both on myself and on clients, they both have an incredibly amazing wear time where it looks virtually the same as when you put it on about 8 hours later. This is really difficult because I love both foundations. I've been wearing the Haus Labs one a lot and it became my favorite, but when I put them side by side, it's challenging. So final verdict, let's hear it. I'm giving the favorite title back to Armani. When I wear them side by side, I really get to see how much more perfected the Armani Luminous Silk is. I personally do prefer a more natural finish, so this one is totally more up my alley. So when it comes down to an overall rating, I would give the Armani a 10 out of 10 and the Haus Labs a 9 out of 10. Armani gets the extra point for being just a little extra smoothing and blurring. So that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed my first foundation wars foundation comparison video. If you guys have requests for what other foundations I should be putting to the test against each other, please let me know. I would love to do some more comparisons. I had a lot of fun creating this video for you guys. So if you have requests and if you want to see more, please leave a comment down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.